Now, overseas, where a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is still holding this morning, Muslims are holding Friday prayers while Hamas leaders and their supporters celebrate the truce as a victory. Reaction is not as clear-cut in Israel. Alan Pizzey is in Tel Aviv, where some people say the military offensive ended too soon. Alan, good morning.
Charlie, the first apparent violation of the ceasefire occurred this morning. Hamas says that Israeli troops shot and killed a young Palestinian man when a group of about 300 people tried to go into their fields along the border fence. The Israelis say the group, which they call rioters, was trying to raise the Hamas flag and damage the fence.
The first test of the ceasefire is opening up the borders, and that includes the sea. The Israeli blockade imposed in 2007 limited Gaza's nearly 4,000 fishermen to a 3-mile zone along the shore. The net result was that Gaza went from being a self-sufficient exporter of fish to an importer. The land borders are also supposed to open, but Israel isn't going to do that in one fell swoop. Troops and armor are pulling back, but at a measured pace.
If Gaza will stay quiet, if nothing comes out of that, Gaza will be a quiet place. If the terror organizations will reoperate from Gaza, the future is worse than it was.
Israeli public opinion is divided down the middle over whether or not the military operation ended too soon. A Snap poll showed 49% of Israelis thought the air war should have gone on longer. In an unprecedented and, in Israeli terms, grave insult, a group of soldiers spelled out Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's nickname Bibi in Hebrew and the word loser. The test of that will come in elections scheduled for January. Conventional wisdom is that the ceasefire will hold at least until then and play in favor of the ruling coalition.
Benjamin Netanyahu emerges as a winner, not so much in terms of the international system, but in terms of the Israeli system.
The principal broker of the ceasefire deal is also coming under pressure. Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi won high marks for his diplomatic efforts, but his assumption of sweeping new powers has sparked accusations that he is trying to become a new pharaoh.
The UN Human Rights Commission has expressed concern about the decree, saying that it could provoke a volatile situation in the coming days. Pretty much the way things are along the border, Charlie.
Alan, back to President Morsi. What are the ramifications of this assumption of new powers?
Well, you know, he came in on a wave of popular support people wanted to overthrow all the dictatorial powers, virtual dictatorial powers that President Hosni Mubarak had. They thought that they were getting the new democracy of the Arab Spring. Now, by assuming rather sweeping powers, Morsi it provokes the worst fears that people had during the time of Mubarak. So he might get away with it, but it's going to be a tense situation. He's risking people coming back on the streets, and that's something he does not want to do, Charlie.
Alan, thank you very much.